And you're saying that it's going to result in them saving the planet. And I'm saying no. It's an excuse and a smokescreen that they allow the media machine to propagate so that they have an excuse to get away with things that they wouldn't be allowed to get away with any other way. They have to scare you to take things from you. And they'll scare you with something. So they'll scare you the planet's going to die, and then they'll take your money away, and they'll take your freedom away. Just like it's the oldest trick in the book. They find a way to scare you. They find some kind of big event, some enemy, and they find a solution. Don't worry, the common cold's going to kill you now, we've decided. But if you stay in your house and you lose your business, then you'll be okay. It's bullshit. There's always an ulterior motive, because if there wasn't an ulterior motive, they wouldn't do it at all. The government doesn't actually, on any level, give a shit about anything else besides control. If you think there are people inside of any government on the planet who actually sit there and genuinely give a fuck about what's going to happen to the Earth in 100 years, you are wrong.
Okay, don't children me. I mean, you're children horsing. I feel like this is another one of my great political takes. I'm such a political person. I think the government sometimes in some areas they want and kind of need control because they kind of know better sometimes, especially when it comes down to like health and whatnot, right? If people if forcing vaccines or whatever keeps people alive in some way, I feel like, I mean, they should exert their control that they have or whatnot in some ways, right? Instead of like,
wait, I just want to say, so you're basically saying if the vaccine's proven to basically save lives, that we should be forced to take it. Is that what you're saying?
in some capacities to partake in most things, yeah.
I don't understand those words. Just yes or no.
I mean, you can't ask a yes or no interrupted question. It doesn't make sense.
I'm asking.
I'll tell you why.
Go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead. Sorry, Andrew. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I'll tell you why you're absolutely and utterly wrong. Because you're still operating inside the paradigm. You're saying words that you don't understand don't mean anything. So you're saying, if the government have proof that something works, well, the government make the proof, right? The government decide what the proof is. So stage one is the proof is bullshit. Whatever they want it to say, it's going to say.
So you're saying that whatever you're saying is that if we didn't have those controls and those big grip and those claws in our fucking skin by the government, right? And people didn't get vaccinated for most things, that we wouldn't have. So you're saying we still wouldn't have like polio and shit, like we wouldn't have like these wouldn't come back, right? They wouldn't come back because it's science, and you don't believe in that, do you?
I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying I'm particularly anti-vaccine. The point I'm making is that I do not want anarchy. Obviously, a government must have some degree of control. What I'm saying to you is that a government can come along, print any piece of paper they want, call it a scientific study, and use it as an excuse to do whatever they decide. And for you to sit here and say, well, I have enough faith in them and they know exactly what they're doing all the time, you're going to end up regretting that, because they come along, they print a piece of paper, they say, follow the science, follow the science, follow the science. They then have an ulterior motive, which they inflict upon the populace with some excuse. And the last few years has proven all of this. Because where's the threat now, right? Threat's gone. I don't know why I can hear my echo. Can anyone else hear my echo?
Yeah, it's low, so it's on speakerphone, bro.
No, wait, I think it's Kai.
It might be me. My fault. These APDs is loud as fuck.
It might be Kai.
Okay.
We good now? We good?
When you sit and say that it should be mandated, I want you to understand that that is actually a very, very dangerous mindset.
No, it's okay.
And the reason that it's a dangerous mindset, because you are saying that people now belong to the government the same way a cow belongs to a farmer. You're saying that you no longer have any sovereignty over your own blood. You no longer have any sovereignty over your own body. And if the government, with their printed piece of paper, decide it's better for your blood to contain a chemical that you don't want it to contain, you must accept it.
Andrew. Okay, so if you don't want to put it into society and stay at home, and you want your blood to remain a certain way, the government doesn't give a fuck about that. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that. They don't give a fuck. The minute where your freedom impedes on somebody else's freedom, the minute where your blood being a certain way can impact directly, not indirectly, directly somebody else that harms them, then your argument falls apart immediately. It's a black and white thing where the second that you cross that line, your argument disappears entirely. Okay, so the way that works, if I go outside with my blood a certain way and I cough on somebody and they get sick and they die, and that's directly because of me, right? Then what does it say about that then? What happens then? What happens then? Do you say, well, I mean, I want to have my blood a certain way, yeah, but that other person, they want to have their blood the way you want it, and you just fuck them over. So how is that fair for them? They want their blood a certain way, and you altered theirs because of your dog shit. How is that fair for them?
Well, once again, you're wrong, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, let's see.
I understand your argument, but I'll tell you why you're wrong. Firstly, because we're talking about vaccines specifically, let's stick to vaccines. If you have the vaccine, and it worked, then you haven't got to worry about who has it and who hasn't got it. Right? If you have the vaccine and you're still concerned about other people not having it, then it's not a very good vaccine.
What? That is not how that works. That is not how that works. That is not how that
Sorry,
works.
can you repeat that? Can you
Look
repeat that? I'm
up in
sorry.
something called herd immunity. It's like the core concept of vaccines. It's like
Wait,
a
could you
simple
just
fucking
repeat
thing.
that? Please, I'm
Sure.
sorry.
Sure. xQc's argument was that if my freedom impedes on the life of other people, then I shouldn't be allowed to have the freedom. And his argument was that if I don't get the vaccine and I cough on someone and make them sick, then I am responsible for that, and that's why I shouldn't be allowed outside. And I replied saying no, because it is my choice if I want to be sick by this disease. And if anybody wants to get the vaccine, they can get it. If they have the vaccine, then I can't make them sick unless the vaccine is ineffective. So what I'm saying is, if I'm the last-
Ineffective, bro.
listen,
wait.
please understand the logic. Please understand the logic. You're saying that I need a vaccine to protect vaccinated people. That doesn't make sense. If they are vaccinated, they're protected by the vaccine. It doesn't matter if I'm vaccinated or not, unless the vaccine is ineffective, in which case I do not need the vaccine.
They can
That makes
still
sense?
get sick though. They can still get sick. What kind of logic is that?
We're talking about vaccine for a specific thing. That's the first thing. Second thing, the idea that sovereignty can be absolutely and utterly destroyed by a government because they can print a piece of paper that says certain things is a dangerous idea. And I know for COVID or whatever, it seemed to make a lot of sense to people who couldn't think outside of it. But it's a very dangerous idea to come along and say the government owns you. They decide what's in your blood. They decide where you go. They decide when you're allowed at your house. They decide when you sleep. They decide if you're allowed to make money or not, who you talk to, whether you cover your face or not. If you see your own parents dying in hospital, they control all of that, and it's for your
We got a
safety.
show to do, dude.
Okay.
Can
Okay.
I ask you a real quick question?
The science doesn't agree with you. I don't think in any way, shape, or form.
Real quick.
What?
So, no, I just got a text from somebody. I mean, I just want to hear what you have to say about XQ. Someone said, bring up Adin that people are still getting sick with the vaccine.
So what?
No, I didn't say that. He said that.
I got a quick question.
So
Yeah.
what?
I got a quick one. Are we gonna talk about anything like interesting at all? Because I don't know what the hell this is. Could be the most boring thing I've ever heard on Twitch. Period.
I mean,
look at Kai. Look how bored Kai is.
I was thinking that.
Look at him. What?
Like at this point, bro, I'm trying to. I want to talk about some freaky shit like sex.
Can we?
You know what I like? You know what I like?
Listen.
You know what I like?
What they want, bro.
You know
I'm
what?
getting started.
You know-
Like Top G, can you get fucking started, nigga?
Y'all motherfuckers are so shameless. You know what I like about you guys is that you like to start with a topic that's actually terrible. Then you have a damaging, harmful take to society. And whenever a counter argument comes in that makes sense, it's move on, boring, move on.
Bro, what are you talking about, bro?
Move out, bro. Move on.